Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Kumar. In the last video of the playlist SSL Certificate Basic, we discussed about how browsers identify whether the CA, the certificate uh, authority, is valid or not. We also saw like the how browsers use your system to identify about the validation of certificate authority. So now in this video we are going to learn about how to create a self-signed certificate. Now the question is, do we really need to create a self-signed certificate? Can't we buy it? Yes, you can go and buy the SSL certificate, but that comes with cost. If you are in development phase, you must need to have a certificate that you can use to test your project with HTTPS. Okay, so in that case, you can proceed with creating SSL self-signed certificate. So that's why we are going to create a self-signed certificate today in this video. So let's go into the code lab. So we are going to create this self-signed certificate using terminal, and we will use the technology OpenSSL. You may use Windows you know functions or Windows way. You can go and google out like how to create a self-signed certificate in Windows system, but I'm going to create it in my Mac system, and it would be similar in Linux operating system as well, right? So let's do that. So here is my terminal, and you can see like this is the current directory where I am at, and here we are going to do first create a certificate signing request. In the last video we have discussed what is the CSR and what is CA. So if you haven't watched, please go and watch the video from the playlist of SSL certificate basics. So first we will create a private key, and that private key will be used to create a CSR, and that CSR will be used to create a self-signed certificate. So let's do that. So as of now, in this directory we don't have anything. Let me show you once again. This is empty directory. Okay, and here I'm going to use OpenSSL. So guys, if you want to learn more about OpenSSL, you can use the help utility of OpenSSL and you can explore it. And you can also take help of Google to understand the multiple options, commands and attributes which comes with this OpenSSL. But here I'm going to talk about the basics, because the agenda of this video is not to make you expert in OpenSSL. The agenda is to create a self-signed certificate so that we can proceed with our development. As a developer, we must need to have this much information so that we can proceed our development with a self-signed certificate. So let's proceed then, and let me clear it. So I'm going to create a private key. So now my private key will be created. I need to pass a phrase in that. So for simplicity, I'm just entering change it. Okay, so if you see, we have one file called private key. Now the next step is create CSR, certificate signing request. That's the full form. This is the command to create certificate signing request. So this is the private key which we created just now, and here we have provided the name of the CSR that would be created as an output of this command. Okay, so let's hit enter, and we need to pass the private key credentials that we have provided in the previous command. So that is change it. Good. So now we need to provide some basic information, because this OpenSSL is going to create certificate for you, and you have to provide these details. The same happens when you want to create SSL certificate from a CA. You have to provide these basic details and create a CSR and pass it to the certificate authority. So let's say it's asking the country name, so we will put IN, state or province. So it's asking the state, so I can go with okay, and then locality, or that is a Pune city, so I'll make it like Pune. Okay, organization name I can make like Techie 29 at the rate .com. Okay, unit name, you can say like you are creating this certificate for development, for dev department, right? And then common name, the fully qualified name. So fully qualified name comes with like, you know, in the previous command I have sorry, in the previous step, right, before this organizational unit, here in the organization name we don't need to provide like .com, we should provide here .com techie 29.com. This should be the fully qualified name. In the organization name we would have provided like techie 29, that's it, the organizational name. Okay, for example, the organization name should be Google, and common name should be fully qualified, host name should be google.com. Okay, email address, okay, one sec. Good. Now we need to provide a challenge password. Please enter the following extra attributes to be sent with your certificate request. A challenge password. If you want to put challenge password, you can put it, or you can skip this. So let's see. So now the CSR is ready. So we have private key, we have CSR. Now the next step is to create the certificate. So let's go ahead and create a certificate using this CSR and private key. So here we go. So we have this private key as in sign key, you can see, and here we have a CSR, and now this would be the output of this command, and the validity of the certificate would be 365 days. Okay, so let's hit enter. It's asking the credentials for the private key. The credential that we have used is change it. Okay, now we have private key, CSR and CRT. Now if you are going to buy a certificate from the CA, then you just need to provide the CSR that we have already discussed in the previous video, so please go and watch that. And then now here we have the self-signed certificate ready. So if we have to see like how it looks like, the content of this certificate, so we can use one command. So here we go, you can see this is the certificate. You can see like, you know, it is saying that the details what we have provided while creating the CSR, right? The same details it is showing, the email address, CN, OU, and the O means organization name, the validity of the certificate you can see, right? So it's 365 days to 2023 to 2024, right? And this is the certificate. This certificate we will use for our development, and we will talk that in the next video. Okay, so this brings me to the end of this video. If you really liked it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching my videos.